What if I told you that AAA games are not dying? The thing is, no matter how much the game journals try to spin it, it's the mega corporations that are going down.
Here's hoping.
But with all the big AAA games failing one after the other, you might be wondering, what the hell is actually happening to AAA games? Well, that's exactly what we're gonna find out today. There are 4 big factors that have impacted the gaming landscape, and it's not all darkness and despair, there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'll also talk about the role of Rockstar games in all of this. Anyways, there's video chapters for easy viewing, let's just dive in. Gaming companies like Ubisoft and EA became mega corporations, and of course, the greedy executives wanted maximum profits, so they started playing it safe, which makes sense. No new IPs, just keep milking the old ones that print money. I mean, the Last of Us games got like 6 remasters and remakes cause it's easy money, and the cave-dwelling nerds will buy almost anything. Now these mega corporations don't respect their audience, and it shows when they give us dogshit games like this.
You cut open my father. You left him to suffer, to die in pain.
Meanwhile, a game that's 15 years old.
I want to live. I live. If I want to take, I take. If I want you to die, you die.
And that's just one example. Now the thing is, despite using every monetization tactic like subscriptions, live service models, and microtransactions, the games still aren't making enough money. And the dumbass executives think, you know what? It's because the games are priced too low. Just imagine, you're selling pork in Saudi Arabia, and when no one buys, you import more and raise the prices.
Genius.
I mean, who in their right minds would pay $80 for Outer Worlds 2 or even the next Call of Duty? The only game that could justify that kind of price tag even today is Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'll talk more about that in just a bit. Anyways, I'm not against devs making money with microtransactions. It's a decent way for them to make some extra revenue. Cause here's the thing. If the game's good, you naturally care about the cosmetics. You might even pay for them, and apparently people do that. But if you can't even force yourself to give a f about the game itself, why would you care about the shiny skins or whatever? And that's why most of these games fail, cause these games lack soul. These mega corporations focus more on monetization and not on the game itself. If you Google AAA games, it says these are the games that have significant financial investments. But that definition is wrong to begin with, because I believe AAA games are great games with all the bells and whistles regardless of the budget. Ghost of Tsushima had a reported budget of around $60 million, yet it's still better than most of the new games today. It had a gorgeous open world, a great story, stunning visuals, and a solid combat system. You know, the stuff that actually matters. Now you might disagree with me, but not every game needs those 4K textures, ray tracing, and photorealism. I mean, just look at Batman Arkham Knight. It came out 10 years ago and it still holds up. And not just that, Infamous Second Son, Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War 2018 look incredible even to this day. These games were designed to immerse you, and you never sat there thinking, does this tree have 4K textures? Now, I'm not a dev or a financial expert, but even after factoring in the graphical expectations and inflation, you still can't justify the hundreds of millions in development costs today, especially when a studio like Sandfall can make something like Expedition 33 with a fraction of that budget. Yes, the game doesn't have the best graphics or a sprawling open world, but they probably didn't waste an assload of money on bloated HR departments and DEI consultants. They proved that advancements in tech and tools like Unreal Engine 5 have made it possible for even the smaller devs to make decent games. When the gaming industry blew up, it got all the unwanted attention from these loud nonsense activists. They made so much noise, the big companies mistook them for a majority, which to be honest they're not, because the majority of action-adventure RPG players are just normal men. Speaking of which, I mainly talk about single-player games, and as I mentioned before, most of my audience is men and 96% hadn't subscribed. Well, a lot of you legends actually did, and I really appreciate that. That wasn't supposed to happen. But anyways, the greedy corpos wanted to tap into a wider market for that sweet ROI. That's when they started throwing money at DEI consultants, trying to create these non-offensive, safe, sanitized products that were supposed to print money. Now I could be wrong, but I think a big chunk of budget gets burned on this bullshit. Now to be honest, it would be fine if this didn't get in the way of the actual creative process. But of course it did, because the problem with these nonsense activists is they just hate everything that's normal and want to replace reality with their own twisted fantasy version of it. They don't want to coexist. They want to occupy. And what's even crazier is that the people who preach inclusion are the first to exclude anything they personally disagree with. I mean, just look at the backlash American Eagle got just for having an attractive woman and making a clever pun. And we all know exactly what type of people got offended.
Like Nazi propaganda weird. This type of advertising is for the male gaze.
They hate the male gaze, but love it when the male's gay.
Yikes!
Anyways, thankfully the smaller studios are trying to give us actual games and not sermons. The industry is undergoing a painful yet much needed transformation, which I'll talk more about in just a bit. But to support that shift, we the gamers have to close our wallets to certain game. If you can't even call these soulless corporate checklists games in the first place. Because even if you ignore the politics, the preaching, and the forced messaging, these games are just bland and boring as hell. I've had more fun creating art on spreadsheets. But hey, at least the people at IGN seem to enjoy them. Rockstar is an outlier, an exception in the gaming landscape. Red Dead Redemption 2 came out 7 years ago and still gets compared not only to newer games, but even to vertical slice tech demos, and it still holds up. Yes, the game had its flaws, and some people don't like it, but the visual, story, voice acting, the open world, the horseball physics, everything was extraordinary. And you might disagree with me, but I think Arthur is the most nuanced and layered main protagonist in any video game out there. And I'm someone who was not even interested in this game, cause Wild West setting isn't really my thing. But when I played this game, it just blew me away. Now the thing is, the game had a reported budget of around $400 million, and it actually shows. And considering the insane value this game offered paired with the crazy attention to detail, the budget is justified. Now what's even crazier is this game dropped at a base price of $60. That's insane value for money considering the amount and quality of the content this game delivers. I mean, even to this day, players are finding new stuff in the game. Now look at Assassin's Creed Shadows, which was priced at $70. That's piss poor value because the game's a steaming pile of dog shit. It's shallow, boring, and only exists because Ubisoft wanted to make a quick buck. And of course, when the game flopped, the CEO had to downplay the failure, saying, well, it only took over $112 million, which is obviously a lie, and we all know it. But let's pretend it's true. How do you justify pricing this shit at $70 when a more expensive game like RDR2 launched at $60? And of course, instead of acknowledging their failures, they once again blame you for being sensitive to quality. Because you're not supposed to be sensitive to quality when you're buying a game for $70 that you don't even own. That's not just arrogance, that's flat out disrespecting the very people that made them AAA in the first place. And here's the thing, these people think that if Rockstar prices GTA 6 at $100, they can also get away with it. No, only Rockstar could get away with it because they earned it. Now I could be wrong, but I think GTA 6 might launch at a base price of $80. And yeah, that's still a lot, but considering the insane quality and values likely going to offer, I'd say it's justified. And there's not even a speck of doubt that the game will sell extremely well because Rockstar games are in a league of their own. And to be honest, no other studio comes even close. So other companies should price their shitty games at just $60 or f*** off. Yeah, good luck with that. One trend I've noticed is that more and more developers are breaking away from the bigger studios to start their own thing. These are the people who actually consider games a form of art. They're passionate and want to make ambitious games that would never be possible under corporate pressure. The founder of Sandfall knew that Expedition 33 would never happen at Ubisoft, so he left. And just look at how that turned out. This is the kind of success that Ubisoft can only dream of at this point. Then there's Rebel Wolves, a studio formed by ex-CDPR devs who wanted full creative freedom. They knew they couldn't make what they wanted with the executives breathing down their necks, so they broke off. And now they're working on the Blood of Dawnwalker, a really promising RPG. Yes, these games might not have that AAA flair, but not every game needs to be Grand Theft Auto 6 to be great. If a game looks good enough, plays well, and has a soul, I'll take it over a soulless, visually stunning cash grab anytime. And let's not forget the Eastern devs who've been crushing it. Crimson Desert, Phantom Blade, Blood Message, Mudong 2 Hearts. All these upcoming games look insane.
Let me tell you something.
This is the future of AAA gaming. I mean, let's be real. Every AAA game we know today was once AA. If a studio like Sandfall can drop a banger on their first go, it's safe to say their next one is only going to be better. These devs have been in the trenches. They've seen firsthand where it all went wrong and what killed the AAA giants. I really hope they do everything they can to avoid ending up the same way and that we see more great games from them. Anyways, thanks for watching. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video. Share your thoughts about the state of AAA gaming in the comments down below. Until next time, take care.